you're struggling with retroactive jealousy, it's all too easy to feel hopeless and alone. And one thing I've noticed over the years is that many of you appreciate when I relate my own personal experience of retroactive jealousy on this channel and elsewhere. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss a little more about retroactive jealousy in my personal life and whether or not I still think about the root causes of my own experience many years ago. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've been helping men and women from all over the world confront and overcome retroactive jealousy, save their relationships, and enjoy greater clarity and peace of mind. If you'd like to work with me or you'd like more information about my work, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. Before I get into the meat of this video, for the people here for the first time, the term retroactive jealousy refers to unwanted intrusive thoughts, often obsessive curiosity, and what I call mental movies about your partner's past relationships and/or sexual history. And I'll also mention that I know many of you still haven't signed up for my free 4-part video mini course. So I recently completely re-recorded it. It's a completely new updated version. My free 4-part video mini course on how to get started overcoming retroactive jealousy. Again, once you sign up, you'll receive access to all 4 videos over the course of, I think, 7 days of you signing up. The mini course is completely free. You can unsubscribe anytime, there's no catch. So if you're interested in receiving a free 4-part video mini course on how to get started overcoming retroactive jealousy, please click the card above my head, or you can click the link in the description of this video. Okay, today's question. I received a viewer question from one of you named Dawn. Dawn asks, do you still think about the reasons and causes for your own retroactive jealousy? Thank you very much for your question, Dawn. And I was thinking about this, and I guess the answer is yes and no. So I struggled with retroactive jealousy over 10 years ago, which is a pretty long time. I don't really think about it that much in terms of my own experience of it. It's not really something that I spend a lot of time thinking about, and there's many reasons for that. I mean, frankly, I spend a lot more time thinking about my students' and my clients' experiences of retroactive jealousy because that takes up a lot of my day. I'm on coaching calls just about every day. I'm participating in the secret Facebook group that I created for students taking my online course, Get Over Your Partner's Past Fast. I'm doing research, I'm writing articles, I'm recording videos like this. So, still to this day, retroactive jealousy is a pretty big part of my life, but not really in my personal life. And I don't really think about the own causes of my own experience because I thought about that many years ago. But while we're on the topic, in terms of what caused me to struggle with retroactive jealousy many years ago, if you want more about that, you can read my first book, Overcoming Retroactive Jealousy. But just briefly right here, I think part of it was just plain old insecurity. I was a significantly younger man, obviously, and I was definitely more insecure about various things than I am right now, including female sexuality, including who I was as a man, how I showed up in the world, how I might compare to other men. I don't think I've ever been a particularly insecure person. But like many, young men in their 20s or in their late teens, of course, I did have insecurities. Thankfully, I've managed to work my way through many of them. And, in many ways, I'm kind of a shadow of that guy who was once struggling with retroactive jealousy. At the same time, it wasn't all insecurity. If I were to do a brain scan of myself, I think it's pretty likely that I would see certain areas in my brain or perhaps a certain level of biochemical imbalance that would indicate I'm particularly more prone to intrusive thoughts and obsessive thinking. Now, this is not to say that there's some defect in my head that is inescapable, because clearly I managed to beat this problem. Over the years, I've helped literally thousands of people do the same. But I do think it's likely there is some kind of biochemical component in many people's experiences of retroactive jealousy, some kind of imbalance in the brain that's causing you to have more intrusive thoughts than many other people. I do think that's very possible, though of course I don't have proof. I often use the word insecurity on this channel, and it's interesting that a synonym for insecurity could be the word fear. And when I think about my own experience way back when dealing with this bizarre issue that we call retroactive jealousy, I had certain fears that were less about me and more about the relationship and what the relationship meant in my life. So as I've mentioned many times, the first time I fell head over heels in love, just absolute smacked in the face, completely madly in love, I unfortunately gave up a lot of my male friendships, and I gave up a lot of my friendships in general. I wasn't as social as I had been before getting in that relationship. And this is a common mistake that I think a lot of young people make, particularly in love. where they meet someone incredible. All of a sudden, they've got a lover and a best friend and confidant and a therapist. They've got this one person who's filling so many different roles in their life. And that often causes them to neglect all of their other friendships and other social engagements. And that can lead to some very bad consequences. It can lead to you overvaluing or perhaps over prioritizing the relationship, leading a relatively unbalanced life. And I think this creates what I call subconscious social anxiety, where, as I've mentioned many times, human beings are an extremely social species. We need other human beings. And if you're confining most of your social interactions to one person, on a subconscious level, you're worried to death about losing that person because you realize, or perhaps your subconscious realizes, that if I lose this person for any reason, my social life is screwed. My social life will come to a screeching halt because I've neglected so many of my other friendships and other social relationships. So I think that was definitely part of why I struggled with this issue many years ago. So those are some of the reasons that I personally struggled with retroactive jealousy many years ago. If you'd like to hear more, I could talk a little bit more about this if you're interested. And once again, if you are struggling with retroactive jealousy, I hope you'll take 10 seconds to sign up for my free 4-part video mini course. It contains free videos that you won't find on this channel, you won't find anywhere else, exclusive for my email subscribers. You can click the card above my head once again, or you can click a link in the description of this video to receive my free 4-part video mini course on how to get started overcoming retroactive jealousy. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this video, please take a moment to let me know by leaving a comment below this video. I'll also ask you to please subscribe to my channel, be notified of new videos moving forward. And while you're at it, hit that silly like button to let the YouTube algorithm know that my content is valuable. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.